I'm Brandon Woods, and this is Studio Notes for Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021. This is a little bit of a different video because I am at home. Wednesday and Thursday are mine and Caitlin's weekend, and so I'm at home and I am cooking dinner, and just want to make a quick Studio Notes to, I guess, talk about that idea of a life-work balance and how important that is. And also just maybe show this other kind of part of my my life, because it is so easy for us as artists to want to only ever show our the art side of things, the studio side of things, and not give the full picture, maybe in a way that's kind of the way that it's supposed to go. You know, you're supposed to be able to leave your work behind at the end of the day, but being able to connect to people is one of the ways that people are able to connect to the work that you make. And so talking about cooking dinner, or just how important it is to, I don't know, kind of have those moments of sanity, or sanity keepers, and have other creative pursuits. Really, I mean, cooking in its proper form, it is absolutely an art in and of itself. It's thinking about chefs and things like that whenever I say, in its proper form. But it's really, I've found a real pleasure in the creative act of cooking lately at home. And truth be told, I've gotten pretty good at it. And so we've been eating these delicious meals. This is after years of eating pizza and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I love both still. Nothing wrong with either one of those. But they're not the best every day. Well, I did go, let's say it was 3 days, whenever I was in grad school, where I literally ate pizza for every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was kind of the best 3 days of meals I've ever had, because I love pizza that much. But but I love having these really full, filling and fulfilling meals. And I love making dinner for Caitlin. I feel like it's just it's a way that I can show my love for her. And regardless of who you're in love with, one really important thing to try to do is try to find one little way every day to just brighten up their day, to make their life a little bit happier, a little bit more joyful. And so I've been enjoying cooking, and Caitlin's been enjoying that too. And this morning, I did a little bit of cooking too. I made her breakfast in bed. I made banana nut Belgian waffles. Oh, they were amazing. She got me this waffle maker for, I think it was our anniversary. It might have been our first anniversary, or maybe it was the first birthday that my first birthday with her. But she got me this waffle maker, and we've been using it for years, and we both love waffles. So so that was nice. And then tonight I'm making some kind of chicken something. It's going to be like a chicken pasta dish. I'm going to use some mushroom ravioli, and I got the probably like the most expensive chicken there was, but whenever it comes to chicken, and it's weird that I don't really have the same feeling about cows. Maybe I should take that into consideration a little bit more and buy like higher quality beef too. But whenever it comes to chicken, buying eggs or buying chicken meat, I always want to buy the chicken from the chickens that have been treated best. Because man, once you see that poultry truck driving down the road, it's just, oh, you feel like such a monster for not getting the free range eggs and things like that, or at least I do. I'm not going to try to speak for all of you, and I know that a lot of you are happy with the 99-cent eggs, and if you are, then you are, and I'm going to keep buying the expensive eggs because I don't know. I like to think that happy animals that were happy in life make for happy food, I guess. But work-life balance. So, before I met Caitlin, this will sound kind of dark, but I always kind of envisioned myself being being one of those kind of like the candle that burns too brightly type things, and that I not expecting longevity to be necessarily my like the biggest goal of my life, but instead for it to really just to pour myself into my art and just produce until I burned out, because that's how and I think that a lot of artists will probably relate to this, that whenever I get in the studio, I'm really trying hard just to speak for myself more. Whenever I get into the studio, I can go 20 hours and not even blink an eye, because that's just where I really just come to life, where I'm in my element, I'm in my full being. And it's just dawned on me how weird it is that I'm like holding this knife and talking. But yeah, I'm in my element. I feel that way too. Sometimes whenever I'm traveling, that same sort of vibrancy, and it was really only in being with Caitlin and finding my way into a long-term, for like the rest of our lives kind of relationship with her that I realized if I'm going to be with her for the rest of my life, then I want to live for a really long time. Which means that, I had to kind of get my house in order. Is that the way to put it? Get all my stuff together. I'm trying not to curse on here for some reason. And so that I could be my best self in and out of the studio. And she's really helped me with that. And I've really also just risen to that challenge that I set for myself to become better. And so now I've started cooking, and I started running, which, boy, I used to always hate running. I never got it. I'm not sure that I still get it, but I want to get good exercise. And so I've been running lately, and I feel like it's good for me. I've been taking vitamins lately. I think that in order to be the best artist that I can be, I really need to kind of pursue excellence in sort of every aspect of my life. As I've said several times, my first two rules are do what you love and make good work. I've always considered the make good work to be something that does extend beyond art, beyond making good artwork, but in the sense of making good work as being whatever you put your hand to, strive to do it the best that you can. So I'm making the best chicken pasta dinner that I can, because that's going to be good. It's going to be a good dinner, and it's going to be a good capital G dinner if I can do it too. And that also means that this do what you love, make good work can apply to anyone who wants to take that on for themselves. That if you love working on cars, doing good work is being a really good mechanic. Or, if you love teaching, then doing good work is teaching people. And, yada, yada, yada. But I want to do good work in and out of my studio, and I want to be my best self in and out of my studio too. And so I think the best way to do that is to make progress towards a healthy work-life balance. That being said, there are times where we have to put everything into one of those categories, into work or into life. And that's okay. I barely saw Caitlin at all in June because I barely left my studio in June as I was getting ready for my show in July. I slept for 4 hours every other night. I mean, it was not. I wasn't taking care of my body or really spending any time at all in the life, in the home part of that balance. But that was what I needed to do. And it was those short bursts of intensity. And then reestablishing the balance that, and then maintaining the balance that will help you to continue this on for years. So that's my studio notes for today. And so until next time, I want to encourage you to do what you love. Make good work. I'll talk to you soon.